morning, Helix, and welcome to Eve Planetary Interaction Step 2, where we're going to be looking at skills, investment, and how to locate a suitable planet. So, moving on from step 1, we've purchased our epithal, and we've got it fit, and we've done that with a 1 day old character, as you can see here. And we're going to try and take PI as far as we can with this character. So how have we managed to get an epithal? Quite simply, we've sent 5 million ISK from our main character, and we're going to invest that money and see how much we can make back. So we've purchased our epithal just under 2 million, we've fit it, we've purchased a skill book, and we've also bought a barren command center. So let's have a look at the skill. We've purchased and trained remote sensing to level 1, which is the only skill that you absolutely must have in order to do any PI. The other skills will help, but they're not needed. So that was just a 10-minute skill. And as you can see, I've got nothing else in my training queue, because this is a secondary character, so all the skills are going on to my main character. So what are we going to try and manufacture from PI? Let's have a look. We've decided we're going to manufacture oxygen fuel box, and the PI commodities required for that are enriched uranium, oxygen, mechanical parts, coolant, and robotics. Now, oxygen's tier 1, that's very easy to manufacture. Any character will be able to do that. We've got a couple of T2 components, which with a little bit of information and knowledge and skill, we'll be able to get tier 2 relatively easily. And then tier 3, it will take a bit more time. So what am I going to go for on this character? Yep, I'm going to go for the tier 3, the robotics. I won't be able to do it straight away, but we'll roll out a plan to get there. So what do we need for the robotics? We need mechanical parts, consumer electrics, and we make them from reactive metals, precious metals, toxic metals, and shearal structures. And then the raw materials to make that T1 is base metals, noble metals, heavy metals, and non-CS crystals. You can get all of this information from in this show info screen. It's showing us our input, custom electrics, mechanical parts, show info, reactive metals, precious metals. We can even see how do we get these. So reactive metals are from base metals, and base metals are from all of these planets. So that's how you can get the information in game relatively easily. So I know to get both base and noble, I need a barren planet, and to get both heavy and non-CS crystals, I need a lava planet. Well, we've already purchased our barren command center. How did we do that? Simply go to the local market, search for command center, and you can see all of the command centers available. We've purchased a barren, and there's quite a few which are seeded by CCP, all for 81,000 ISK, and it just so happens that they're available in Lumina, which is where I purchased them, and we can actually buy every single command center in Lumina, so that's nice and easy. As we described in step 1, each command center has a a volume of 1000 M3, which is why we needed the expanded cargo holds so that we can fit it in our cargo. So let's try and locate a barren command center, a barren planet to put our command center, excuse me. So how are we going to do that? We need to undock for two reasons. The main one being so that we can check what the tax rates are. So let's close that and close that. So we need barren and lava. We can hit F10, and on our map, on our menu in the top left, we can locate the section planets and then select both barren and lava, and that'll take you up into your recent. And now we can switch between barren and lava every couple of seconds and try and see a system that's close to us that has both barren and lava. And one that's jumped out to me is Pentec. So we could set up there. So let's give it a shot. We'll set destination and we'll go and see what them planets are like. Now we could actually look at the planets here. So we can show info on Pentec. Let's do it over here. Show info. And that's shown us all of our planets. And then, so planet 1 is barren. We could actually right click here and view planetary industry. And this is showing us the planet. We need base metals. It's saying our skills aren't high enough to actually locate the materials on the planet, but it is still allowing us to see how much materials are present. So although we need to get closer to physically find them on the planet, we can still see how much is available. And you can press escape to exit that window. So the final thing you want to check before you actually set up a command center is what our tax rates are going to be. So I've made a nice little tab here for PI, which just has planets and customs office. So our planets on the type is going to tell us if it's barren, plasma, gas, lava, temperate, etc, etc. If you arrange it by name, what we can do is we can see that Pentec 1 is a barren, and we know we need a barren planet. So that what we want to do is double check our tax rates. So go to our customs office for Pentec 1, right click show info, and we can see our tax rate at the bottom is a massive 24%. So as standard, 10% is always on there, which is from CCP. You can reduce that with skills later on, and then the additional, in this case 14%, has been put on there by the corporation that owns it, which in this case is Tenant Commercium. So we don't want to use this command center, this customs office, because that tax is going to eat into our profit margins. So let's just check all of the tax rates really quickly. So again, show info. Planet 2, 24%. Planet 3, 15%. Planet 4, 24%. Planet 5, 15%. So you get the idea. You want to check them all, see what the tax rates are. So what I advise is use the map. Let's find a system that's got both the planets that we need. Let's go to the system and let's check our tax rates. We could live with 15%. Anything above 15% is going to be too much tax. So spend a couple of minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes locating a system that has the planets that you want and the tax rates are 15% or less. Once you've done that, I'll meet you in step 3, where we'll start to actually set up our PI. And with that, I'll see you all in Fleet.